Is that a deterrent?
It's a magnet.
I was teasing the next moment.
Newsmakers and newsbreakers.
And paid for by MaxPace Marketing. Attention, hernia surgery and have experience. If you've had herniations,
is a big part of our life. Inflation works. Who's responsible? How out of inflation? We're in trouble. The Tuttle Twins told you about for a while. They are your Jekyll Island. And I'm bringing this one up. This is one in a series, but you can buy just this book. Or actually, I've asked them to give it away for free. I think this is so important. Every household should have this, even if you think you blame it, even if you think you know what the Fed is, how it works, what inflation is, get this book and pass it on to somebody because it's really easy to understand it. It's the Tuttle Twins and the Creature from Jekyll Island. Vital. So I have asked them to give it for free. All you pay for is shipping. So go to TuttleTwinsBeck.com while the supplies last. Get your free copy from the Tuttle Twins, The Creature from Jekyll Island. TuttleTwinsBeck.com. 10 seconds, station ID.
Radio 790 WAEB, the Valley's news, traffic, and weather.
Home. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get started.
Down a list of things to be prepared for. This list is at Glenbeck.com. We also have the preparedness test. I'd love to take that with you. See how different we are.
It might be terrible compared to yours. But, I mean, that's always been the case.
Yeah.
Of all situations. And so far, you know, it's worked out okay.
Worked
so I
out
think
okay.
Be fine.
So just keep going.
Yeah.
Soy sauce, duck sauce, you are fine.
Right.
You are fine.
That's basically all the food groups.
That's right.
Soy sauce is food group.
It's
duck sauce is the other.
Meat and vegetables. It really is. I mean, what else do you need? Meat and vegetables. You got soy. It's a vegetable.
It's pretty much a vegetable.
I don't know
what sauce is it made of duck?
I think it is.
But we can count it.
We can count it. All right. So let me go with money. The money that you have right now, you are going to lose. Let's put $1,000 in your bank account. You will lose 10% of that every year, just leaving it in the bank account. 10% of that every year for the next 10 years. So what does that leave you with at the end?
It's not good.
It's not good.
I'll tell you that.
It's not good. Mm-hmm. And that is not coming from me. That's coming from Barack Obama's Treasury Secretary. He said a couple of weeks ago, and he said that's baked in. That's bare minimum. Bare minimum. So your money is worth less and less until it's worthless. And then they will change over in the currency. So what do you have as a storehouse to be able to keep your money valued at something? What can you buy that will forever hold its value? Well, that's where gold and silver come in. Some people will say Bitcoin. That's risky. But everything is. But gold and silver, I know, and silver can be used for bartering. Gold can be used for bartering. It's good that way, and it's biblical. I mean, it's been there forever. World goes insane. Governments go insane. They devalue their money, and everybody returns gold. But also, food has great value. Cigarettes have some value. Liquor. I mean, let me just tell you, as an alcoholic, I would have, you have a problem with your neighbor? I would have eaten them if I had to, if you had alcohol and I had none. But I'm not saying play off the desperate alcoholics. What I am saying is...
Seems like what you're saying.
Well, it's not that I'm not saying that. But I am saying that it is also medicinal. It is something
I like that's an alcoholic talking right there.
If anybody watched 1883 and you saw what they had to do in 1883, I better have a lot of alcohol on my hands. But anyway, so alcohol, cigarettes, sugar, ammunition, guns, seeds. Those are all very, very important. Skills are really important. Can you fix an engine? I can't fix a new. I don't know anybody that can fix a new engine, but I can't even fix an old engine, which brings me buy a truck or a vehicle prior to 1979. Something you can fix yourself. And try to have at least 2 weeks, if you can, 30 days of cash on hand. So in other words, what you spend, if you can, have it, I think, for a couple of weeks, if you can. That's a lot of money. But try to have whatever it is that you would spend minimal. That way, if there is a banking crisis, which this will go into a bank shutdown in the 1930s, they will do that. And you're going to need to have something on hand. Otherwise, you're like, but George, all the savings and loans. You're going to need to have some cash. More in just a minute. No, it's not good. Not good.
The Glenn Beck Program.
Stu just said, I have an old pre-1979 car, but it's British. Nope. No, won't do. You can fix it, but you'll just fix it again tomorrow. Listen to this. Car Shield. Car Shield can help you. The price
Starting out.
Right.
Okay, now if they had valid claims, they would have waited in Mexico and been adjudicated and come in. But they didn't even start off on their trip once we had wait in Mexico because they knew they'd be adjudicated.
You know what else you convinced them to do? Put Marines on their southern border.
Right.
And they started screening them on their side. What was it like dealing with those Central American countries, the root of the problem?
They were actually quite cooperative. In fact, we entered into agreements with them where they would accept back. We were able to send back to various Central American countries the people who came up, not to the country they fled to. Like a Salvadorian could be sent to an adjacent country, like Guatemala. But I found that they were willing to work with us on the problem.
Are you amazed by a vice president saying basically too hard? How dare you give me this issue? Can you imagine Mike Pence saying that about the pandemic? Mr. President, I'm not running the pandemic. We haven't had one in 100 years. It's not going well. Don't give it to me. Whatever you want to say about Mike Pence, the guy took every job handed to him.
Right. That was outrageous. And it, frankly, it's not a hard job in the sense that you put up. What made it were the liberal judges who kept on trying to enjoin what Trump was doing. But once he won those cases, we stopped illegal immigration for all intents and purposes along the border.
Would you have done the family policy that Attorney General Sessions did, where if they came over, or you came over illegally, putting the kids here and we're taking you? People have equated that you're drunk driving, they take your kids and put you in jail.
Right.
Would you have done that?
Well, I think it was done quickly without enough planning and figuring out what the process would be. Didn't anticipate the problem of a bunch of kids building up that were in, by themselves. And so it was not planned very well, and that's what got them into trouble.
And now we have unaccompanied minors
Right.
without that policy,
Right.
but we don't get a chance to see them anymore. That's their answer to the question.
Yep. And they end up being groomed by MS-13 when we put them out in the country.
And back to Long Island, right where we're located now. Bill Barr's going to come back and talk again.
Listen to your favorite shows on demand 24/7. Download the 77 WA mobile app now. It's Ramsey Mazda's Sundays with Sinatra with your host, Joe Piscopo. This Sunday night starting at 6.
That's life. That's life. That's what all the people say. It's witchcraft. Yet I get a kick out of you.
It's Ramsey Mazda's Sundays with Sinatra. This Sunday night starting at 6.
With me, Joe Piscopo.
On Listen to this podcast now on the Red Apple Podcast Network. Dominic Carter, City Hall.
Oh, happy days. Oh, happy days. The new anti-gun units of the NYPD are actually patrolling a New York City community near you. Neighborhood teams are a key part of Mayor Eric Adams' crime fighting, known as the anti-crime units. We need the anti-crime units, but at this point, we will take anything that we can get in the fight against crime.
Download all of Red Apple Media's podcasts right now through your favorite platform. Every Saturday 10 p.m. It's Saturday Night Tony Orlando.
Hey, it's Saturday night with me, Tony Orlando. Goya. I love Goya wants you to think outside the box with Goya rice mixes. Learn more at Goya.com. If it's Goya, it has to be good.
For your new Mazda, shop Ramsey Mazda. Named the car brand by U.S. News and World Report. Visit RamseyMazda.com or stop in for a test drive. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Finding great Mazda
candidates to be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Not with ZipRecruiter. It's powerful technology.
In all of Pennsylvania and all of New Jersey, 9 years in a row. And I say that, the right house for you. For some folks, that's the heat sales solution. For others, it's the immediate buyout offer. Others, it's the immediate buyout for out offer with the back solution. For others, it's a solution. There's a lot.
We are just like you. 100% creative, passionate, determined, proud. We are the 25, and we want to work where everyone is 100% included. Seal Disability Services. Change disability. We are the 25.org.
DLP Capital Partners time 10:34.
The number of people there, Michigan court recognized the right to abortion for the state constant and Mark
Louis Oosthuizen and Joaquin Neiman.
Fox is 2 sharp now. America's listening to Fox News.
News, powered by Island Optical, where seniors save 30%.
This is the freak anybody out. Let me just tell you this way. And eat the as right things. It's critical. Have to move on. Everything I'm doing right now has a double purpose. If it doesn't serve now and through a storm, I don't do it. I've changed a lot here recently. I feel strongly that the seasons have changed. And with it, shockingly to myself, changing as well.
Because you talked about...
Don't tomorrow. Do the next thing. Understand until my grandpa died, they were still parents saving scrap, every can, every truck, SUVs, if you find them. Get off electronics as much as you can. Ask you to do it. Be the American worker that we used to be. If you are in business, you have in honesty, you have liberty, and you are known as a charitable, kind, helpful person. This is a conversation we're having with my kids right now. I'm not sending you to school. You want to go to school? Fine, you pay for it, but I am not paying for your destruction. Also, I don't think everybody needs to have the higher education. I'm not enamored by or Harvard or Columbia. I don't really care. I don't really